Hey guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I'm out here in the shop, and today I'm doing some repair work on some equipment for a customer, specifically two generators. This one here, the problem was it had set for about 5 years and hadn't run, so my first thing to do was check the spark, make sure it had spark, which it did. Then I pulled the air cleaner off, gave it a shot of carburetor cleaner, and then it fired. So I knew that the main problem was fuel issue, and I popped the fuel line off and it was getting good fuel. Then I pulled the float bowl off and there was a bunch of junk in the bottom, and I put a bowl underneath it and lowered the float down with the gas turned on to see if there was any water in the gas. There doesn't appear to be any. Seemed to be pretty clean. So it was mainly a matter of gunk in the float bowl, plus the metering valve, which holds the float bowl on, was plugged up. So that took care of that one. And then he also brought me this one here. This one is a Honda Cyclo converter. This one's overhead valve. And it came in, the problem he said it has, it starts fine, and it does, but it was running really, really rough, and it would die. And all the time it was running, it would have this hissing noise. So I'm searching around. Of course, the problem is your carburetor is right down here. He thought it was coming out of the valve cover, it's overhead valve, which it was not. But I sprayed around the carburetor in case I had a vacuum leak. There was no vacuum leak indicated. And so I started wondering, I wonder if it has something to do with the exhaust. So what I did was, I took my screwdriver and I poked it in here. Well, in this muffler tailpipe, there is this unit right here. That's a screen, believe it or not, and I've already scraped some of the junk off it, but you could see that thing was plugged right up. And the reason it was hissing is that the only exhaust that it was getting was actually coming out around the edge here. So the fix for this one is going to be pretty simple. I've started it without this flame retarder, and that's what it is. It's not a filter, but it's all plugged up from running with the choke on too much or having a really rich mixture over time. They use these in ice fishing houses to run their electricity and their heaters and stuff. They don't run them inside, they run them outside, but they use them for ice fishing. So yeah, it runs fine without this in there. So I'm going to clean this up, we'll stick it back in, and we'll give the customer a call. And yeah, you look down in there, what do you see? The only thing I see is that this thing is coming apart a little bit right in there. And that's why you could see some air, and I guess that's probably where it was coming out from too. So anyway, we'll clean this puppy up, put it back in, and that should take care of his problem. And that was a simple fix. So if you have a hissing generator that runs poorly, even though it starts well, this would start right up on the first pull. Check out your flame arrestor. And that's what it looks like now after I've cleaned it. I just used a little wire brush, and then I blew it out and hold it this way, and you can see it's plenty clear now all the way around. So we'll stick that puppy back in there, and all that holds it in place is a set screw that just slides in there like that. And find my little set screw. Have this little set screw right here, and I'll put that in, screw it in, it goes right in here, right in that hole, and we'll give it a shot, see how it sounds. Okay. Get her all back together, turn the switch on, give it a yank, and see how it sounds now. Perfect in every way. I wished I had filmed it with it hissing so you could have seen the difference. But that fixed that problem nice and easily. Wished all my repair jobs were this simple. Thanks again for watching. Bye now. Hope you're having a good day.